of Delta IV launch coverage. At Space Launch Complex 6, a Delta IV rocket is fueled and ready to launch the NROL-45 mission for the National Reconnaissance Office.
Ready to go for launch. Roger, go for launch.
T-minus 3, 2, 1.
Atlas engine ignition.
Liftoff of the United Launch Alliance Delta IV Heavy rocket.
Good morning, and welcome to Vandenberg Air Force Base. I'm John Nehus, and thank you for joining us. We're on track for a liftoff at 3:40 a.m. The launch count is currently holding at T-minus 4 minutes, and the team is not working any issues at this time. This planned 30-minute hold gives the launch team time to conduct final systems checks and resolve outstanding issues prior to entering the terminal count. At the request of our customer, this morning's live mission coverage will conclude following confirmation of payload fairing jettison, which is scheduled to occur just over 3 minutes after liftoff. We recently received a final briefing from the 30th Space Wing's weather officer. The weather is within the launch commit criteria for this morning's liftoff. The probability of violating launch constraints is 40%. The ground winds are 10 to 15 knots out of the east, and the temperature is 60 degrees Fahrenheit. So the weather looks favorable, and we are proceeding towards liftoff with a planned T0 of 3:40 a.m. Pacific. This is Delta Mission Control at T-minus 4 minutes and holding. While final preparations for launch continue, here's a preview of what you'll see today.
The following profile details the important events of this mission using approximate times.
5, 4, 3. We have ignition. 2, 1, 0, and liftoff.
The Delta RS-68A main engine and 2 strap-on solid rocket motors ignite to lift the vehicle away from the pad. Shortly after liftoff, Delta begins its initial pitch and yaw maneuvers to attain the proper ascent profile and minimize aerodynamic loads. Delta IV reaches Mach 1, the speed of sound, at 48 seconds. At 56 seconds, the vehicle reaches maximum dynamic pressure. The strap-on solid rocket motors, or SRMs, burn out approximately 97 seconds into the flight. 3 seconds later, the 2 SRMs are jettisoned. The payload fairing is jettisoned at 3 minutes and 12 seconds.
ULA is using the Delta IV Medium Plus 5.2 configuration to launch the NROL-45 mission. This is the 31st Delta IV launch since the inaugural flight in 2002 and the 105th ULA mission since company formation in 2006. The Delta IV rocket is produced in Decatur, Alabama, and is comprised of a common booster core powered by the Aerojet Rocketdyne RS-68A engine, 2 Alliant Tech Systems solid rocket motors, and a Delta cryogenic second stage powered by the Aerojet Rocketdyne RL-10B2 engine. The NROL-45 payload is protected during ascent by a 5-meter diameter payload fairing. Here is a look at the rest of the milestones in preparation for launch. On January 18, the NROL-45 mission, encapsulated inside its payload fairing, was transported to the Mobile Service Tower, or MST, at Space Launch Complex 6, and mated to the Delta IV rocket. On February 5th, the Mobile Assembly Shelter, or MAS, was rolled approximately 286 feet to its launch position. The MAS protects the Delta IV rocket from the wind and fog so common to its location here, steps from the Pacific coast. At approximately 7 p.m. last evening, the MST was raised 8 inches and rolled back, revealing the Delta IV launch vehicle. The 33-story MST weighs about 10 million pounds and is rolled to its launch position 300 feet east of the Delta IV launch vehicle. The Delta IV rocket stands 220 feet tall, or about 22 stories, and weighs nearly 750,000 pounds fully fueled. The Delta IV RS-68A main engine and 2 solid rocket motors produce more than 1.5 million pounds of thrust at liftoff. Approximately 4 minutes later, at stage separation, it weighs just 20% of what it did at liftoff. This is Delta Mission Control at T-minus 4 minutes and holding. This morning's launch is for the National Reconnaissance Office, or NRO. The NRO is a joint organization engaged in the research and development, acquisition, launch, and operation of innovative overhead reconnaissance systems necessary to meet the needs of the intelligence community and the Department of Defense. The NRO is recognized for its transformational intelligence collection systems that are used to develop highly accurate military targeting data, support international peacekeeping and humanitarian relief operations, and to assess the impact of natural disasters. For most missions, our customers provide artwork which is added to the payload fairing. For NROL-45, the NRO's artwork depicts a male and female soldier kneeling, along with a service dog, before a battlefield memorial for a fallen soldier. This is in memory and honor of our nation's fallen soldiers and a reminder of the NRO's commitment to deliver on our mission in timely support of the warfighter and intelligence community.
Minus 14 minutes.
Our personnel report ready to enable T-minus 4 limit. Conditions, EEA. PEA.
Ready.
NEA is ready.
Roger. T-minus 4 limits on. SYS, verify alarms disabled and database modifications for red line memo and authorize real-time changes.
Verify.
MEQ, establish HAZ-gas scan pattern 140.
Roger.
VSE, verify active with composite ramp temperature evaluation for current plan T0.
Verified.
13 minutes. VSE, verify base bending moment instrumentation is active and data is valid.
BBM system is fully mission capable. Recommend Packard 6 Alpha.
Roger. 6 Alpha. LWO, LC.
The LWO on Net 1.
Transition to Wind Placard 6 Alpha for launch at T-minus 4 and counting.
Roger.
This is Delta Mission Control at T-minus 4 minutes and holding. We're on track for a liftoff at 3:40 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and all systems continue to operate nominally.
Master script running.
Roger. RC, verify solar radiation limits acceptable for launch.
It's verified.
Minus 10 minutes.
All communications switch to Channel 1. All personnel and visitors remain in present position until launch. Maintain operational silence in the LCC.
Terminal count briefing. If a condition exceeds a launch constraint any time after the terminal count status check, the observer shall note hold on Channel 1, identify their station, and briefly state the reason for the hold.
This is Delta Mission Control at T-minus 4 minutes and holding. This morning's flight is dedicated in memory of our colleague, friend, and patriot, Thomas Ledgerton. Tom, an accomplished engineer, worked mission integration for various space programs. He was also a wonderful mentor to young engineers in the Air Force. Tom will be missed across the aerospace and launch community, where he left an amazing legacy with all he touched.
Now minus 8 minutes.
This is Delta Mission Control at T-minus 4 minutes and holding. We remain in the planned 30-minute built-in hold as preparations for launch continue. In a few moments, launch conductor Scott Barney will poll the team for the final go to pick up the countdown. 31 engineers and managers will be polled for system status and readiness to proceed. This is the final status check before launch for all Delta vehicle systems, ground systems, the spacecraft, and the U.S. Air Force Western Range. The vehicle system readiness poll includes electrical systems, hydraulics, pneumatics, propulsion systems, flight controls, and propellants. Let's listen in as Scott Barney performs the final polling of the launch team.
Minus 7 minutes.
Status check to proceed with terminal count. Respond go, no go. MEQ.
Go.
MEA.
Go.
HYE.
Go.
LOX 1.
Go.
LOX 2.
Go.
VP.
Go.
PNE.
Go.
BP.
Go.
ATC 1.
Go.
PEA.
Go.
Fuel 1.
Go.
Fuel 2.
Go.
TM 1.
Go.
ATC 3.
Go.
TM 2.
Go.
FMA.
Go.
VE.
Go.
EEA.
Go.
GE.
Go.
SYS.
Go.
DSE.
Go.
Timer.
Go.
ECS.
Go.
QE.
Go.
USO.
Go.
OSM.
Go.
BSC.
VSC is go.
ALC.
Go.
AC.
AC is go.
RC.
Cleared to proceed.
LD.
This is LD. Launch vehicle is ready to launch.
MD.
You have permission to launch.
L minus 6 minutes.
Proceeding with the count. MEQ established. Swing arm lock pins pull.
Active.
SYS established. Record on change list activated.
Polling is complete, and the launch team has given the go for launch. The countdown will resume approximately 2 minutes from now. At T-minus 4 minutes and counting, the team will enter the terminal count and will begin securing the second stage liquid oxygen tank. At T-minus 3 minutes 20 seconds, CBC liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen tank securing is started, which includes closing the propellant fill and drain valves. Also at T-minus 3 minutes 32 seconds, vehicle transfer from ground facility power to its own internal battery power will be complete. At T-minus 3 minutes, the vehicle ordnance system will be armed, and the booster liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen propellant tanks are verified to be at flight pressure and flight level. At T-minus 2 minutes prior to liftoff, the team will verify that the hydraulic system is pressurized, as well as confirm booster, DCSS, and flight termination system battery voltages. At T-minus 1 minute 20 seconds, the team will begin securing the second stage liquid hydrogen tank. At T-minus 60 seconds, the Western Range readiness is verified. At T-minus 50 seconds, the DCSS liquid hydrogen tank is secured at flight level. A final launch vehicle and spacecraft status check is conducted at T-minus 25 seconds. At T-minus 15 seconds, the ROFIs, or sparklers, are ignited to burn off excess hydrogen at the base of the vehicle. Liftoff will occur at T0. After liftoff, you'll hear the voice of Steve Agate providing launch vehicle ascent data.
Started.
Vehicle transferring external.
T-minus 3 minutes 50 seconds.
This is Delta Mission Control at T-minus 4 minutes and holding. We anticipate releasing the hold in just a few moments.
T-minus 3 minutes 32 seconds.
The hold has been released, and we are continuing with countdown for launch.
T-minus 3 minutes 14 seconds.
CBC LH2 secured.
CBC lock. T-minus 3 minutes 7 seconds.
CBC pre-press started.
T-minus 3 minutes.
Vehicle ordnance arming. Vehicle ordnance armed.
CBC locks at flight pressure and flight level.
CBC LH2 at flight pressure and flight level.
T-minus 2 minutes.
TPA script running.
Hydraulic press at 4,000.
T-minus 1 minute, 30 seconds.
T-minus 90 seconds. The launch vehicle, payload, ground systems, and western range are go for launch.
T-minus 1 minute, 20 seconds.
Upper stage LH2 securing started.
T-minus 1 minute, 10 seconds.
T-minus 1 minute.
Starbox go.
Rock, report range status.
Rock, range is green.
T-minus 50 seconds. T-minus 45 seconds.
Launch enabled. GE main power off. Off.
Upper stage LH2 secure at flight level.
T-minus 30 seconds.
Go Delta. Go L-45. Green board.
Minus 25 seconds.
Flight lock
Minus 23.
SRM TVC blowdown.
T-minus 15, 14,
Igniters armed.
12, 11, 10.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And liftoff of the United Launch Alliance Delta IV rocket carrying the NROL-45 mission for the National Reconnaissance Office.
Good chamber pressure on both solid rocket motors. 17 seconds into the flight.
You are hearing the voice of Steve Agate providing launch vehicle ascent data.
On the first stage. Coming up 30 seconds. Mark, 30 seconds in. Altitude now 1.5 nautical miles. Velocity 1,396 feet per second. Downrange distance about 1/4 of a mile. Chamber pressure is beginning to drop now, and the solid rocket motors as expected. Coming up on 45 seconds. Still looking good. 49 seconds. Mach 1. Vehicle now going transonic. 56 seconds. Max Q. Maximum dynamic pressure in the vehicle. Passing the 1 minute mark. Altitude now 6.3 nautical miles. Velocity 1,698 per second. Downrange distance 1.58 nautical miles. About 30 seconds remain now. Solid rocket motors burn out. One minute, 24 seconds into the flight. Still looking good. Chamber pressure holding in the first stage. Standing by for solid rocket motor burnout just a few seconds from now. And we have burnout standing by for SEP. And we have solid rocket motor separation. 1 minute, 52 seconds in. Coming up 1:58. Mark, 1 minute, 58 seconds into the flight. Delta IV rocket now only weighs 1/2 as much as it did at launch, expelling propellant at the rate of 1,945 pounds per second. 2 minutes, 10 seconds into the flight. Altitude now passing 32.18 nautical miles. Velocity 3,901 feet per second. Downrange distance 22.21 nautical miles. Just passing through Mach 5. 5 times the speed of sound as the vehicle continues to accelerate. Altitude now passing 42 nautical miles. Two minutes, 45 seconds in. We now have the OFC bypass. The clock's cool down of the upper stage has begun as we're passing the 3 minute mark. 3 minutes into the flight, standing by for fairing separation. And fairing command. And separation. Separation of the fairing, 3 minutes, 25 seconds into the flight. Chamber pressure is holding rock solid in the first stage, right where we want them to be. 3 minutes, 34 seconds in.
This is Delta Mission Control at T plus 3 minutes 40 seconds. We've just seen the successful liftoff of the Delta IV rocket carrying the NROL-45 mission for the National Reconnaissance Office, and all systems continue to operate nominally. Liftoff occurred at 3:40 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. At our customer's request, we'll now conclude today's broadcast. Thanks to ULA Steve Agad for his participation in today's show. For more information about ULA and the Delta IV launch system, please visit ulalaunch.com or join the conversation on Twitter and Facebook. We'll leave you now with another look at this morning's launch. I'm John Nihus. On behalf of the entire launch team, thank you for joining us and have a great day. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff of the United Launch Alliance Delta IV rocket carrying the NROL-45 mission for the National Reconnaissance Office.